What's going on, everybody? It's Rifle here, and thanks for checking out this Destiny 2 video. In this one, I'm going to be talking a lot about the Masterworks and the benefits out of them. I'm also going to be getting into discussion about how Bungie admitted to one of their mistakes of leaving players behind who didn't have the DLC. See, so it's kind of a good thing I was making these complaining videos. It got out there more. Sure, I probably wasn't the only chain reaction, but the video that I made that I was discussing about that got a little over 100k views, so that had to have helped the community realize. I know there was other people who made videos about this subject as well. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into this. As you guys may know, one of the first of many updates to come in Destiny 2 Sandbox after Bungie detailed their plans to shift the design of the live game are officially here. The most important of which out of this first update are Masterwork Weapons. In case some of you guys don't know, Masterwork Weapons are a new tier of legendary weapons that come with a randomly rolled perk and the ability to generate orbs on multi-kills. So we have officially got one of the things back that the majority of the community missed from Destiny 1, which is randomized perks. Sure, it only comes with one, but hey, it's a start, right guys? This is freaking sweet. At least they're giving us a little bit of randomness. Anyways, to get into more about this new system, there is now a new resource, which I'm sure some of you may know, which is Masterwork Core. Masterwork Cores are gained from dismantling Masterwork Weapons. It seems you get 2 Masterwork Cores typically from dismantling weapons, but you can just get only one as well, so of course this new system will definitely be a grindy one, which is good because it now gives players an extra thing to do after beating the game. They want to get this specific perk on a certain weapon, so in order to do that they're going to have to grind out Masterwork Cores until they get that specific perk they want, which expect to actually dismantle a minimum of 2 weapons to switch tracker types, 2 Masterwork Cores to re-roll the bonus perk, and 5 to upgrade an existing legendary. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about with this stuff that I'm saying, let me go ahead and explain a little bit. There are 2 types of Masterwork Weapons. Vanguard Masterworks track sandbox enemy kills, and Crucible Masterworks track opponents defeated with the specific weapon that you use. Of course, this selection will be finalized on wherever you play with the weapon at the most, Crucible or just sandbox enemy kills. And keep in mind, if you end up getting like a Vanguard Masterworks drop and you would rather use it as a Crucible Masterworks, you don't have to worry too much about that. You just have to spend 10 Masterwork Cores and 25 legendary shards, and you can convert a Masterworks weapon to the opposite tracker type. So that's pretty convenient. Keep in mind though, it is as expensive as upgrading a legendary weapon to Masterwork, so don't feel pressured to make the switch. And the cost will be 10 cores and 25 shards to actually upgrade the legendary weapon to become a Masterwork one. And lastly on this subject, I wanted to talk about the re-rolling perks perspective. Every Masterwork weapon comes with a random stat bonus. For instance, you might get a drop that you're not too happy about what the random roll is on it and you want to try your luck to make it better. In order to do that, you will need to spend 3 cores and 25 shards to re-roll for a bonus to a different weapon stat, like mag size or reload speed, for instance. Speaking of perks, here's a table of all of them that you can get. This was made by a Redditor, which I'll leave a link down below in the description to this post if you want to further investigate it. But as you can see, starting with Impact, it gives you 5 points to a stat boost, and it comes to snipers, fusion rifles, and swords. Up next we got Range, which gives a 5 or 10 point stat boost, and this includes all weapons besides rockets and grenade launchers. Next up, for the stability, you get 5 or 10 points to a stat boost, and this includes all weapons besides swords, of course. As you can see, Handling, 5 or 10 points to a stat boost, and this includes all weapons. For the reload, this gives a stat boost of 10 points, and this goes to all weapons, once again, of course, besides swords. Up next we got a magazine boost. This increases by 10%, and this can come with all weapons. And there's a note here saying the Nameless got 1 extra bullet and the Antiope 2. So lastly we got Blast Radius and Velocity. These both give 5 points to the stat boost, and this can be rolled with rockets and grenade launchers. Okay, so next up I want to talk about something that I previously was discussing and complaining about in one of my recent videos. As you can see here, high-level Destiny 2 activities are now locked behind DLC, and this was posted December 7th. Once this started getting around the internet more, Bungie ended up coming out on December 11th talking about this. As you can see, their blog reads, "With Curse of Osiris now live, it's clear that we've made some mistakes with how we have handled content access. We would like to talk through the reasoning behind our decisions so far and what we are committed to changing moving forward. The Destiny in-game features a variety of activities and playlists that we want to remain relevant to players as they grow more powerful. In Destiny 1, as your character grew more powerful throughout each expansion, some of our best content, like Vault of Glass, was left behind and lost its relevance for players. We wanted a better solution for Destiny 2, where all of our in-game activities could stay relevant as each expansion causes your Guardian to grow more and more powerful. The following were our goals when we separated normal and prestige modes. The normal Leviathan raid and normal Nightfall would always stay at a power level that was accessible to all players. Prestige difficulty, however, would always rise to the new power cap. It could be the pinnacle of the challenge with the most prestigious rewards, but therefore would require you to own the latest expansion and be at the new power cap. Yes, Bungie, we realize. Don't worry guys, they're going to be getting into how they're changing this up here soon in this blog. Additionally, the game provides seasonal time-limited PvP playlists, Trials of the Nine and Iron Banner. These activities and their rewards are meant to evolve each season, and they utilize new maps, so they would require you to own the latest content. To play the latest season of Iron Banner or Trials and earn the new rewards, players would need to own Curse of Osiris. We've heard from the community that both of these plans aren't working. The Prestige Raid was a novel experience that players value even if they don't own Curse of Osiris, and it was a mistake to move that experience out of reach. Throughout the lifetime of the Destiny franchise, Trials has always required that players own the latest expansion. However, for Destiny 2, Trials of the Nine launched as part of the main game, so it's not right for us to remove access to it. Good move, Bungie, that's a good move right there. To make matters worse, our team overlooked the fact that both of these mistakes disabled trophies and achievements for Destiny 2. This was an unacceptable lapse on our part, and we can understand the frustration it has created. Therefore, this week we will release a hotfix that will make the following changes. The Prestige Leviathan raid will be brought back down to power 300, and its rewards will drop down to match the new power level. All players will regain access to the Prestige raid. This will allow access to the Prestige achievement or trophy for all players. This will also allow all players the ability to complete the final step for the Legend of Acreus exotic shotgun. Trials of the Nine will only require Curse of Osiris when it features a Curse of Osiris map. For all other weeks, it will be available to all players. This will allow access to Lest Ye Be Judged achievement or trophy for all players. Trials of the Nine rewards that launched with Destiny 2 will still be accessible to all players as well. And new seasonal rewards that launched with the Curse of Osiris, such as the new seasonal armor ornaments, will require ownership of the Curse of Osiris. The Prestige Nightfall will remain a pinnacle activity at the new 330 power cap. This means Prestige Nightfall will still require ownership of Curse of Osiris. Because of this, we will update the Prestige achievement or trophy to only reference the Prestige raid. Moving forward, we are investigating adding a third difficulty to all Prestige activities so that we can provide both a challenge that stays relevant with each new expansion and a Prestige version that is available to all players. Really interested in seeing how that goes. Also, normal Nightfall will only require Curse of Osiris when it features a Curse of Osiris map, of course. For all other weeks, it will be available to all players. Time-limited events such as Iron Banner, Faction Rally, and the Dawning will be made available to all players. We will be postponing tomorrow's Faction Rally to ensure all of our players can access the activity and the appropriate rewards, which this already came up, guys, so you don't have to worry about that. Iron Banner and Faction Rally rewards that launched with Destiny 2 will still be accessible to all players, and new seasonal rewards that launched with the Curse of Osiris, such as the new seasonal armor ornaments, will of course once again require ownership of Curse of Osiris to acquire. So yeah, I guess it's good to see in a way Bungie backpedaling for the fans because they don't want them locked out of the DLC. But who knows how many people actually spent money on the DLC already just so they could gain access, and now they realize they didn't really have to. But still, I feel like Bungie did more good instead of bad out of this chain reaction. Also, I just wanted to mention this in this video. Someone asked Deej, do you know when the Dawning is coming? And he responded saying, I do. And tomorrow, so will you. So I think Bungie's going to end up making a new blog tomorrow, and we're going to be finding out all about the Dawning and when it's exactly going to release. Not exactly sure when it's going to. And also, by the way, what do you guys think about the new Masterwork system? I want to know your guys' thoughts on it. Do you think it was a good idea that Bungie incorporated this into the game? I do, just because of the randomness that is now generated, so there's more in-game things to do. But I want to know your guys' perspective on it. I'm out of here, though, everybody. Thanks for taking time to watch and listen, and if you found this enjoyable, consider leaving a like. Your guys' support is greatly appreciated. Until next time, though, peace.
Now's our chance.